CDH Nexus Super League. Today we're going to be seeing some really cool pods. Hopefully we see some spicy plays. As we can see, we have Squirrel Mob, Snablars, Combat Wombat, and Maestro. Some of the commanders we're going to see today are Timna Thrasios, Rurik Thar, Brea, and I believe it's Jessica and Silas Wren. Right now we're trying to figure out who's going to go first. I'm not too sure myself, but we're going to find out together. Hopefully we get some spicy plays. That reminds me, this game is for the Nexus Super League. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, follow along. We're on Twitch, I think. Yeah. If you haven't seen us on Twitch, go check us out. CDH Nexus is our username. Come follow us, and we will bring you more CDH content. If anything, we hope that you will join us there. Pre-game actions, none. We do have a mulligan down to 6 with Maestro. I know he had to feel the pain of mulliganing, as we all have at one point in our lives. But let's start the game, shall we? Everyone's giving thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Alright, we have a draw with Squirrel Mob. He's probably going to play a land. I'm guessing a land is coming. And there is the land, Flooded Strand. Go ahead and crack that for 1. Search for something that taps for green, because he wants to play a what? Birds of Paradise. Who could have seen that coming? I did, because I'm editing the video. And then we have a Copperline Gorge. Go ahead and tap that bad boy for a Soul Ring, because we are just beasts in the east. Oh, and then a Jeweled Lotus. Sounds like a turn 2 Rurik Thar is on the way. And we're going to pass. Everyone's okay with this, because that's what you do with the Jeweled Lotus. We're going to have a land, Flooded Strand, and then we're going to do nothing. Fair Magic, I like it. Then we are going to play a Marsh Flats. Marsh Flats is going to tap and get something good. Oh, an Underground Sea. Look at that. And then we're going to play a Lotus Petal. Okay, I'm liking this. We're going to make a really strong play here. A Dockside for 2. Not the strongest, but fair. We're playing Fair Magic on the bottom half of this pod. Alright, then we're going to go back into Squirrel Mob's next turn. We have an Exotic Orchard, taps for everything that he needs it to tap for. And we're going to tap 2 to cast something spicy like an Incubation Druid. What? Tap that Exotic Orchard to find an Imperial Seal. That's going to look for something crazy. Incubation Druid. I wonder what could it grab. Something that makes it tap for things, maybe. Who knows? Anyways, we're going to play this Rurik Thar turn 2, because we don't like playing magic. Okay, Ancient Tomb, because we weren't taking enough damage from the Rurik Thar. Great. Let's see, we're going to play this Command Tower Pass. Wow, really good. Okay. I'm going to draw this Mystery card. I'm going to tap this for a green to play an Elvish Mystic, because we like playing Fair Magic. I'm going to tap this land, tap this bird, tap this other land, play a Timna, because we're going to draw some cards, let's be real. Okay, back to Rurik Thar. Rurik Thar's got to attack this turn, because that's part of his ability. And then we're going to play this Mana Confluence. What? Rurik Thar's going to go ahead and strike a Maestro and put Dockside in the graveyard, which is basically like putting it back into your hand. That's going to pass. We have an Underground Sea pass, because we like playing Fair Magic in the bottom right corner over here. Then we're going to play this Morphic Pool. Morphic Pool's going to tap, I believe. Yeah, we're going to tap something. We're going to cast us a Silas Wren, because that's a terrible commander. Alright, we're going to our next turn over here with Squirrel Mob. He's going to draw a card. It's going to be mysterious. We're not going to know what it does. But he wants to draw more cards, so he's going to attack Timna over to Combat Wombat. He's going to take 2. Squirrel Mob's going to draw, and he's going to tap to play his other commander, Thrasios. I believe this is what we call Thrasios Passios. In the next turn, we have Mr. Snablars going to cast a Chord of Calling. In the end step for 1. He's going to get a mysterious card. Sylvan Safekeeper. Got to protect that Rurik Thar. Makes sense, but he had to take 6 to do it. We're going to play this Ooh, City of Traders, really fancy guy. Also useless land because the next land he plays is going to make him sack it, but it's all good because we got a Yisan. Yisan, turn 4. We are fair magic in this place. Rurik's going to go ahead and hit Squirrel Mob in the face for 6. And then Shaman of Forgotten Ways. I don't know when last time you saw that in competitive Magic, but it has not been soon enough. We're going to have Mr. Combat Wombat flash in this Hull Breach in someone's end step because he is a good Magic player. Combat Wombat doing more things in his main phase. Going to play this Mr. Rainforest and pass. Wow, land pass, and then the only spell he played is a Hull Breacher. Talk about your control player doing work. Alright, Mr. Maestro's going to tap 3. Gonna go ahead and cast Jessica. Jessica's gonna come in with some loyalty counters, gonna minus him, gonna do some damage to 3 creatures, or up to 3. That Elvish Mystic Birds of Paradise, and Sylvan Safekeeper is gonna die. You see, the issue here is he probably should have killed the Incubation Druid, but decided not to. Unfortunate, the Incubation Druid does get the 3 +1/+1 counters and now can tap for 3. Foreshadowing. Alright. Squirrel Mob goes into his next turn. He's going to go ahead and tap for 1 blue, 1 green, another blue. Gonna play this free from the wheel. Who could have seen that coming? I did, because, again, editing. Gonna take 6 because Rurik Thar is a monster, and everyone's gonna think about this, but it resolves, and he's gonna go ahead and make infinite mana and play this Deadly Rollick, targeting the Hull Breacher. There's gonna be a Rurik Thar trigger. Rurik Thar just taking names, and everyone's gonna have a hard think. Let's hear what they have to say. Let's hear what they have to say. I think something spicy is going to happen.
He has infinite mana, so if you bounce the Hull Breacher, he can just draw his deck in response
over the top, right?
Cast Hull Breacher.
I'm not sure.
I have a Red Elemental Blast in hand.
I do think he got really.
So I can destroy
cheeky.
the Thrasios.
You would blast.
He chained the Breacher. In response, I Red Elemental Blast the Thrasios.
Yeah, and then I can cast the Breacher again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That seems like a decent plan.
So the deal was to Chain of Vapor the Hull Breacher, and in response, Snablars is going to Red Elemental Blast the Thrasios, so Squirrel Mob can't draw his deck in response to the Hull Breacher being gone. Really fair play. A little greedy because the Hull Breacher is there, and he could have just countered the Freed from the Reel, but because Snablars wanted to bully Maestro and Combat just a little bit, this is the deal he had to make. Not the best deal, but not the worst. And now we have this weird play where there's infinite mana on the board, which is odd, and nothing to do with it. So the Chain of Vapor resolves, and he goes to recast Thrasios. What do we do now, boys? Oh, we're gonna recast this Hull Breacher in response. Seems fair. He's gonna Neoform the Thrasios because why not? I can just recast it forever, right? Neoform resolves. And we're gonna look for a card. Probably a card that maybe wins the game. Oh, but in response we cast the Tainted Pact, looking for a way to deal with the Neoform. Force of Negation does it. Force of Negation does it. Cast Force of Negation, that is going away forever. Exiling Aristic Study. Everyone passes. Recast Thrasios. And then what? I don't know what's gonna come. Just kidding. We're gonna pass on to Mr. Snablars. We're gonna call him Carl for the rest of the game because that's his actual name. Carl says, I'm gonna swing this Rurik Thar back over to you. And he's gonna block with a Timna because 6 damage to the face when you're at 14 is a lot of damage. Gonna go ahead and cast his Carpet of Flowers. That's 6 life for Carpet of Flowers. That's rough. Gonna tap some more mana to cast an Elvish Mystic, because who doesn't like mana? And what's really interesting is right here, we're in a place where there's enough power on board for the Shaman of the Forgotten Ways to activate and functionally just kill people. Silences everyone from ever casting a non-creature spell again. Alrighty. Gonna cast Jessica again. Jessica's gonna die and gonna take things out with her. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But there's gonna be a sack land to give some shroud out, because, you know, we don't want all of our creatures to die. Recast Jessica as well. I hear it's good to be Jessica. Gonna kill Jessica, and this is gonna try and kill the Shaman of the Forgotten Ways and Yisan. Gonna sack a land. Shaman of the Forgotten Ways is gonna die. Yisan's gonna live through this one for now. And then do 3 damage to Combat Wombat's face. Squirrel Mob's gonna make infinite mana again because Squirrel Mob's a monster. And here is a really interesting place. So Squirrel Mob is actually going to keep activating Thrasios, put all of Thrasios, all the lands in his deck onto the battlefield, which is really cool. It would feel bad because there's a Carpet of Flowers with Staplars, but it only actually shows that he has 3 islands in his deck, which is pretty well played. The next play for him is an Enlightened Tutor to look for a Destiny Spinner to make everything uncounterable. I really enjoy that. I think that's really, really cool. Then we go to untap, upkeep, draw this cool card, make infinite mana, because, well, you can cast this sweet, sweet Destiny Spinner. And everyone thinks about, why does this matter? Why are we worried about this? And then we're going to crack some treasures, and we're going to put out there Cyclonic Rift. Everything's going back to everyone's hands. Now, this play doesn't look as good as you would think, because everything's going back to your hands.
I would like to cast Null Ride.
Oh, super pass.
Yeah, about that Cyclonic Rift. See, Cyclonic Rift in an infinite mana board state is not that great, because then the person who had the infinite mana just recasts everything from their hand, and then they just have this insane board state, and there's a Null Rod now. Okay, so the Carpet of Flowers, like I said, doesn't do very much here, so this Green Sun Zenith can only search for more mana, which is what he went for. Still not the best, but it allows Ruru Thar to come back out. It might be too late now at this point. Combat Wombat went and hit past. Maestro's gonna recast something. You would think I would know, but we are on this adventure together. We're gonna Praetor's Grasp somebody. Gonna grab this mysterious card. Gonna play this mysterious card. It's Archon of Emeria. Archon of Emeria is pretty good. Freed from the Real is going to come back out. And we're going to go ahead and swing with Timna just to get some life back. And that's it. Then our tribe's going to make some mana. We're going to cast this spell, which is going to be Ruru Thar. Who would have guessed? This is effectively the stacks piece that we really want to see here, because if Squirrel Mob stays in the game, Squirrel Mob just wins. And ironically, if Squirrel Mob is out of the game, then Combat Wombat just wins. So we really need to see something clamp down on everyone's life total. And with Ruru Thar being on board, it really eliminates the ability for Combat Wombat to cast anything important. Squirrel Mob is just gonna get whatever he needs from the top of his library and keep it there. Finale is a good way to win the game here. So it goes, draws Finale, plays Finale, makes So much. So much. It takes 6 from Murkthar. So all of his creatures are giant creatures. Now, the other effect of Destiny Spin that's really, really interesting is that it's also an infinite mana outlet. And it can turn all of their lands into creatures. And that's always good. That's always good. All those creatures are going to attack because they were previously lands, so they don't have summoning sickness. And everyone's like, yeah! And everyone is sad. No trick plays here. Just good old beats. Wide and grind. GG, everybody's. Thank you for watching the CDH Nexus. We hope that you enjoyed this. If you liked more, please subscribe. Press that little button that makes it known that we've made videos and that you can like them. That would be great. And yeah, we'll see you next time.